Captain Elias Vorn leaned back in his chair, staring out at the twin suns of Orion 7 as they dipped behind the distant mountains. The soft orange light bathed the colony in a warm glow. It was peaceful here, so different from the chaos of space battles and interstellar politics he had left behind. For years he had dreamed of this quiet life, and finally he had it. His small farm and trade fleet kept him busy, but it was nothing like commanding soldiers on a battlefield. Now his days were filled with mundane yet comforting tasks: repairing his ship, checking trade routes, and sharing meals with the colony's children who often ran through the streets laughing. Elias smiled at their innocent energy. Life had slowed down, and for the first time in many years he felt truly at peace. Yet despite the calm, a shadow lingered in his mind. He thought of Liara, Princess Liara, his ex-wife, the alien princess with eyes like shimmering emeralds and a mind sharper than any starship's AI. She had left him without warning years ago. No explanations, no farewell, just a note that spoke of duty beyond personal desire. He still remembered reading it, the paper trembling in his hands, the words burning into his heart. He had tried to forget her, tried to move on. He had succeeded in some ways, but a part of him always remained tethered to her memory. He often wondered if she had truly loved him, or if duty had been her only guide. That morning, Elias's routine was interrupted by an unusual message. The colony's communication beacon had picked up a signal. It wasn't just any signal, it was strong, urgent, and unfamiliar. He frowned, leaning forward to examine it. The message was a simple, repeating code. Approaching fleet. Unknown origin. Stand by for confirmation. His stomach tightened. For years, rumors of alien armies traveling across nearby star systems had circulated. Most of them were just stories, exaggerated by traders and pilots looking to sell sensational news. But something about this felt real, felt immediate. Before Elias could investigate further, the alarm bells of the colony rang out. Citizens looked up from their morning chores, curiosity and fear written on their faces. The sky above Orion 7 darkened, not from storm clouds but from the arrival of dozens of ships. They moved with precision, sleek designs unlike any human craft. As the ships approached, Elias squinted and then froze. It was her. There, at the forefront of the fleet, was Liara's ship. Its hull shimmered with the same iridescent glow he remembered, a color that always reminded him of deep forests under sunlight. But this time it wasn't just her ship. It was a flagship, massive and commanding, leading a fleet of alien warships that filled the sky like a living shadow. Elias's heart raced. Confusion, fear, anger, and something deeper, something he couldn't name, flooded him all at once. The humans around him murmured in awe and terror. "Captain Vorn," called Lieutenant Mara, his closest officer. "That ship, is it?" "Yes," Elias whispered, his voice trembling. "It's her." He didn't know why she was here. Was she attacking, or was there another reason? His mind raced with possibilities, each more dangerous than the last. The colony's council quickly convened. Holographic screens displayed the approaching fleet, and advisors debated defensive strategies. Weapon systems were activated, and citizens were ordered to take shelter. Elias felt torn. His duty was to protect Orion 7, but every instinct screamed at him not to act rashly. As the fleet drew closer, a single signal cut through the chatter. It was a personal message. Liara's voice, calm but commanding, echoed through the colony's communication network. "Captain Elias Vorn," she said, "do not fire. I come not as your enemy, but as a warning. Stand down and prepare to listen." Elias's heart skipped a beat. He hadn't heard her voice in years, and yet it was as vivid as ever. "Prepare to listen?" he muttered. What could she possibly want after all this time? He gathered his courage and activated the colony's main transmitter. "Liara," he said, keeping his voice steady. "You left me years ago. Why come now? What is this army you bring?" There was a pause. Then she spoke, her voice carrying both authority and something softer, almost human. "I had no choice, Elias. My duty required it. The galaxy faces a threat you cannot imagine. This fleet, it is not here to conquer. It is here to protect. But I need your trust and the trust of your people. I will explain everything, but first you must stand down and hear me out." Elias's mind whirled. Years of hurt collided with the reality of the moment. She was commanding an alien army, but not to attack humans. Could he trust her? Could anyone trust someone who had left them in the past without explanation? He turned to his officers. We proceed with caution, he ordered. Do not attack unless fired upon. I want full shields up, but no aggressive action. Everyone be ready, but listen first. As the fleet settled into orbit above Orion 7, Liara herself appeared on the main view screen. She was older now, her features sharper, more commanding, yet her eyes still held the warmth and intensity he remembered. Elias, she said, I did not leave because I wanted to. I left because I had to. A force is coming, one that could destroy everything. Your colony, my people, every civilization in this region. I am building an alliance to stop it. I am here to ask for your help. The word struck him like a lightning bolt, a threat beyond imagination, a coalition of alien civilizations, and she needed humans. Elias felt a surge of pride. Humans may not have the numbers or technology of other species, but their creativity, courage, and determination had always been unmatched. He straightened, his resolve forming like steel. You want humans to fight this threat? He asked. Yes, Liara said, and I want you to lead them. But understand this, Elias, it will not be easy. Lives will be risked. The galaxy will judge us harshly, but together, humans and aliens can survive. Elias looked out at the fleet again. Ships of unimaginable power, ready to strike if he failed, but also a chance to prove that humans could stand among the stars, no matter the odds. He made his decision. Then we talk, he said, we plan. But know this, Liara, I will protect my people first. I will not risk them blindly, not even for you. Her expression softened. I would expect nothing less, she said. The hours that followed were filled with tense discussions. Liara explained her mission, the looming threat and the alien coalition she had formed. Elias listened carefully, his mind weighing each detail. The situation was complicated, dangerous, but also an opportunity for humanity to shine. By the time the twin suns had fully set, Elias made a silent vow to himself. No matter the past, no matter the hurt, he would rise to this challenge. He would fight, not just for Orion 7, but for humanity's place in the galaxy. And maybe, just maybe, he would finally understand why Liara had left, and why she had returned. As night fell over the colony, the alien fleet hovered silently above. Stars glittered in the distance, and for the first time in years, Elias felt a spark of excitement. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and full of mysteries, but humans were ready to face them. And in the quiet of his quarters, he allowed himself one fleeting thought. Perhaps this return, painful and unexpected as it was, could be the beginning of something greater than either of them had imagined. The colony's command hall was alive with activity. Holographic displays floated in the air, showing star maps, alien fleets, and encrypted signals. Captain Elias Vorn stood at the center watching every detail, while Princess Liara, his ex-wife, moved with calm authority, her presence commanding the room. Despite the tension, Elias could not ignore the feeling of familiarity he still carried toward her. The same feeling he had suppressed for years. Liara's green eyes scanned the maps, calculating distances and strategies with alien precision. Elias, she said, time is short. I will explain everything. You must understand why I left and why I have returned. Elias listened carefully. He had learned patience in war, but this was different. This was personal. Go ahead, he said, keeping his tone neutral, though his heart raced. Liara took a deep breath. Years ago, when I left Orion 7, it was not because I wanted to leave you. It was because a threat emerged, an entity in deep space beyond any civilization's understanding. It could destroy entire worlds. I had to unite alien civilizations secretly, without drawing attention. If I had stayed, I would have put you and your people at risk. I could not risk your life, Elias. That is why I left. Elias felt a mix of anger and relief. Anger because she had left him without warning. Relief because her reasons were not selfish. You could have sent a message. Anything? He said, his voice tight. I could not, Liara replied quietly. Any message could have been intercepted. The entity has eyes in the shadows. I made a choice to protect you even if it hurt you. He studied her. The years apart had changed them both. She was stronger, more commanding, yet there was still a trace of the woman he had loved. He swallowed hard. So this army? It's not here to attack us? No, she said firmly. It is here to protect. But we are under a race against time. The entity grows stronger every day. It has sent drones to gather information and destroy civilizations that resist it. If we do not act now, countless worlds will fall, including yours. Elias nodded slowly. His mind was already turning over the possibilities. Humans were not the strongest species in the galaxy. Alien civilizations had advanced weapons, faster ships, and superior technology. But humans had creativity. Humans had courage. And if Liara's claims were true, humans could be the key to surviving this threat. Liara turned to the council and then back to Elias. I am asking for your cooperation, Captain. Humans are underestimated. That is why you are crucial. Your ingenuity and adaptability can give us an edge that no alien species can provide. He felt a spark of pride. You think we can make a difference? He asked. I know you can, Liara said, her voice steady. But trust must be earned. I do not ask blindly. You will see the full scope of the threat, and then you will decide if humans are ready to act. I only ask that you listen first. Over the next few hours, Liara revealed the scale of the threat. The cosmic entity was vast, more like a force of nature than a living creature. Its drones were everywhere, capable of wiping out entire cities in minutes. Entire fleets had vanished without a trace, and planets that resisted had been reduced to lifeless husks. Liara's coalition had united only a fraction of civilizations so far, but it was not enough. She displayed battle simulations. Her holographic fingers traced paths through asteroid belts, around black holes and across hyperspace lanes. The entity adapts quickly, she explained. Its drones learn from attacks. We need strategies that are unpredictable, creative, and bold. That is where humans excel. You will need to lead strike teams in coordination with our forces. You will test limits that no alien has faced before. Elias absorbed every word. His mind raced with ideas and calculations. Humans had always survived by thinking differently. They had turned weaker positions into advantages countless times. And now he realized they had the chance to do it on a galactic scale. I will do it, he said finally. I will lead my people, but we need preparation. We cannot act blindly. If we make mistakes, many will die. Liara nodded. Agreed, but we do not have much time. The drones are already moving closer to key planets. We must strike soon. I will work with you to train your teams, integrate human ingenuity with alien technology, and prepare for the first engagement. Training began immediately. Elias's human strike teams were paired with alien squads, each combining their skills and knowledge. Humans learned to operate alien weapons, adapt to faster ships, and think in three-dimensional space tactics. Aliens, in turn, studied human improvisation and creative problem-solving. One day, while observing a simulation, Elias noticed a young human cadet finding a clever way to disable a drone's shield, using nothing but debris and timing. He smiled. Humans still surprised him. They could turn ordinary resources into extraordinary solutions. Liara watched him from across the room. You see? She said softly. Humans are remarkable. You just need the chance to show it. Elias looked at her and then away quickly. Their eyes met for a moment and a flood of memories came back. Missions they had shared, quiet moments between battles, laughter under starlight. He shook his head to clear it. There was no time for personal feelings, not yet. As the days passed, the bond between humans and aliens grew. Mutual respect replaced suspicion. Even among those who had doubted Liara's motives, trust slowly formed. Humans were proving that they could contribute in ways aliens had never expected. One evening, Elias and Liara met privately on the observation deck of her flagship. The stars stretched endlessly before them, distant worlds glimmering like diamonds. You have changed, Elias said quietly. Stronger, wiser, but still the same Liara I knew. I had to change, she replied. I had to survive, lead, and protect. And yet I never forgot you, Elias. That is why I asked for your trust. I knew that humans could be the difference. He studied her, his chest tight. And if we fail? He asked. Liara's gaze hardened. Then countless civilizations will fall. But we will not fail. Not if we work together, humans and aliens side by side. The sincerity in her voice was impossible to ignore. Elias felt a renewed sense of purpose. This was bigger than any past pain, bigger than any personal conflict. He realized that leadership was not about ego or pride. It was about survival, about protecting lives, about proving that humans could stand strong even in the face of unimaginable threats. The next morning, Elias addressed his teams. His voice echoed across the training halls and docking bays. "Listen carefully," he said. "What we are about to face will test every skill we have, every bit of courage we carry. But humans have always adapted, always survived. We will use our minds, our instincts, and our determination. We will fight alongside aliens, and together, we will make the difference that the galaxy needs. Are you ready?" The response was a resounding cheer. Fear was still there, but so was determination. Human ingenuity would meet alien power, and together they would face the coming storm. Meanwhile, Liara returned to her command center, coordinating fleets and running simulations. Her eyes occasionally flicked to Elias's team reports. She had underestimated how much humans could contribute, not just in skill but in spirit. They were unpredictable, bold, and unafraid of taking risks that aliens would never dare. It was precisely the kind of strength needed to face the cosmic entity. Days later, scouts reported the movement of enemy drones near a key asteroid belt. Elias' strike teams were ready. Humans would be the first to engage, testing strategies that combined speed, cunning, and improvisation. Aliens would provide heavy support, while humans performed the unexpected maneuvers that could turn the tide. Before departure, Elias met Liara on the docking platform. The fleet loomed behind her, engines glowing softly. "Be careful," he said, his voice low. "You too," she replied. "We will see this through, Elias. Together." As he boarded his ship, Elias felt the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill of purpose. Humans were stepping into the galaxy as more than survivors. They were becoming a force to be reckoned with. The first battle was approaching. Lives would be risked. Plans would be tested. But Elias knew one thing for certain. Humans had a place among the stars, and they would prove it. And somewhere in the distance, watching from her flagship, Liara allowed herself a small, hopeful smile. Perhaps this time the past would not matter. Perhaps together they could face the darkness ahead and survive. The asteroid belt stretched endlessly before Captain Elias Vorn and his human strike team. Jagged rocks floated through the darkness of space, illuminated by distant stars. The sensors on his ship picked up dozens of small, fast-moving drones, mechanical scouts sent by the cosmic entity to gather intelligence and attack any resisting fleets. Elias's heart raced. This was the first real test of everything they had trained for. Years of preparation, years of human ingenuity, were about to face the unknown. The alien allies were ready too, their sleek ships hovering strategically around the belt. But it would be the humans who had to take the initiative. "Team," Elias said, his voice steady despite the tension, "our mission is clear. We disrupt the drones, gather intelligence, and protect the alien fleet. But remember, think creatively. There is no single way to succeed. Humans have survived where others failed because we adapt. Trust your instincts. Trust each other." The team nodded. Among them was Lieutenant Mara, a skilled pilot who had trained under Elias for years, and Cadet Joran, a young genius who had already impressed the aliens with his inventive strategies. Together, they represented the best of human potential. Liara's flagship hovered above, her calm presence visible on the communication screen. "Elias," she said, "we will provide cover fire and coordinate attacks, but you will have to lead the humans. Your decisions will determine the outcome." Elias clenched his fists. He knew the stakes were high. "Understood," he replied. As the first wave of drones approached, the human strike team executed their plan. They had studied the drones' patterns, but Elias encouraged them to improvise. The cadets released small decoy drones, sending false signals to confuse the enemy. Meanwhile, human pilots navigated the asteroid belt with skill no alien could match, turning sharp rocks into cover, using gravity to slingshot and change speed unpredictably. It was a daring strategy, one that relied on instinct and adaptability, rather than raw power. The aliens watched in amazement as humans used their environment in ways their technology could not replicate. One human pilot even tricked a drone into crashing into an asteroid, disabling it with nothing but timing and quick thinking. "Remarkable," Liara whispered. "They are extraordinary," but the drones adapted quickly. They began to change their attack patterns, firing energy pulses that could destroy small ships in seconds. Elias realized that human ingenuity alone would not be enough. They needed to combine it with alien technology. He issued new commands. "Team, sync with alien shields and weapons. Use their firepower to create openings, then move unpredictably. Make them chase shadows. The humans obeyed, their movements synchronized with the alien fleet. Laser beams and plasma bolts lit up the darkness, while human ships darted through asteroids, disappearing and reappearing in unexpected locations. The drones struggled to keep up, their programming unable to match human creativity. Cadet Jorn grinned as he deployed an improvised electromagnetic pulse, using the asteroid's metal fragments to amplify its effect. Several drones exploded, leaving only floating debris. "It worked," he shouted. Elias smiled, proud of the team. "Good work, Jorn. Keep it up, everyone." Amid the chaos, Elias noticed a group of drones attempting to flank the alien flagship. He acted quickly, leading a small squad to intercept them. Using a combination of decoys, evasive maneuvers, and quick thinking, they blocked the drone's path. The aliens, impressed by the humans' daring, adjusted their own tactics to support the maneuver. Liara watched from her command center, her hands moving over holographic controls, coordinating fire and shields. "Elias," she said, "you are turning the tide. Your people are exceeding all expectations." The battle raged for hours. The asteroid belt became a maze of destruction, with drones exploding against rocks or being cleverly trapped by human pilots. Every human decision was a gamble, but their ingenuity kept the enemy off balance. The aliens, despite their advanced technology, relied on human creativity to outmaneuver the drones. During a critical moment, a massive drone, larger than any others, emerged from the shadows. Its energy pulse could obliterate a ship instantly. Elias knew this was a test. He needed to distract it while the rest of the fleet attacked. He called out, "Mara, take the lead. Jorn, deploy the EMP now." Mara's ship sped forward, drawing the massive drone's attention. Elias and the rest of the team worked together to coordinate the attack. Jorn activated the electromagnetic pulse, amplified by nearby asteroids. The drone staggered, its systems overloaded. Human and alien fire combined, striking the drone's weak points. With a final burst, it exploded into fragments, floating silently in the void. The team cheered, but Elias knew this was only the beginning. The cosmic entity's forces were vast, and every victory came at a risk. After the battle, the human pilots regrouped. There were minor damages, but no casualties, a testament to their planning, skill, and quick thinking. The aliens approached, expressing admiration and respect. Liara addressed Elias privately. "You see, Elias," she said, "humans are more than soldiers. You are thinkers, adapters, problem solvers. You are exactly what the galaxy needs. Without your ingenuity, this battle could have gone very differently." Elias nodded, pride swelling in his chest. "They are brave," he said. "They rise to challenges because they must, because they want to survive. That is what makes humans strong." Liara smiled softly. "And that is why I returned. Not to reclaim the past, but to bring humans into the fight. Together we can face what is coming, but you must prepare for the next challenge. The entity will not stop. It learns quickly, and it will test us in ways we cannot yet imagine." Elias felt the weight of responsibility, but also a sense of purpose. Humans had proven their worth, but the road ahead would be even harder. He thought of the colonies, the people who depended on him, and the alien allies who had come to trust humans. Failure was not an option. Over the next few days, the humans and aliens worked to repair damages and improve their strategies. They studied the enemy drones, noting patterns and weaknesses. Elias encouraged creative thinking, pushing his teams to innovate in ways that no alien commander would dare. One evening, as he walked the observation deck of his ship, he thought of Liara. Despite their past, she had trusted him to lead humans into battle. She had seen potential in them that others had overlooked. He realized that this war was not just about survival. It was about proving humanity's value in the galaxy. A message arrived from Liara's flagship. "Elias," she said, "the next mission will take us closer to the entity's stronghold. It will be dangerous. We will need every advantage humans can provide. Prepare your teams. This is only the beginning." Elias felt a surge of determination. The first battle had shown that humans were capable of greatness. Now it was time to push further, to face greater dangers and to prove that humanity could survive, adapt, and even flourish in the vastness of space. He gathered his team. "Listen up," he said. "We faced drones today and survived. We proved that humans can make a difference. But the next challenge will be harder. We will need to think faster, Act bolder and trust each other completely. I believe in you. Let's show the galaxy what humans can do. The human strike team cheered, ready to face whatever lay ahead. They had survived their first battle, but the war was only beginning. From her flagship, Liara watched them, pride in her eyes. "This is why I returned," she whispered. "Not for revenge, not for love alone, but for the future. The galaxy will remember humans, not as weak allies, but as indispensable partners. And together, we will face the darkness ahead." As the stars stretched endlessly before them, Elias and his team prepared for the next mission. The first battle had been a success, but the real test was yet to come. And one thing was certain: human ingenuity, courage, and determination would shine brighter than any star in the galaxy. The void of space stretched endlessly before Captain Elias Vorn and the combined fleet of humans and aliens. Stars glimmered like distant lanterns, but the darkness between them was alive with danger. Ahead lay the entity's stronghold, a planet-sized fortress that pulsed with energy, surrounded by swarms of drones and shielded by unseen forces. This was the culmination of everything they had prepared for. The first battle in the asteroid belt had been a test, a spark of human ingenuity proving their worth. Now, the real challenge awaited. Elias's ship glided silently toward the fortress, flanked by alien cruisers and human strike teams. The fleet moved with coordination and precision, yet there was tension in the air. Every commander knew that one misstep could mean disaster. Liara's voice came through the communication network, calm but commanding. "Elias, this is it. We cannot falter. Every plan we have made, every tactic we have trained for will be needed. But remember, humans are not just soldiers. You are thinkers, creators, and improvisers. Trust yourselves. Trust each other. And trust us." Elias nodded, his jaw tight with determination. "We will not fail. Humans will prove their strength today." The first wave of drones attacked almost immediately. They moved with terrifying speed, swarming the fleet from multiple angles. Laser beams and energy pulses lit up the darkness. Human strike teams dove and twisted among asteroids and energy fields, confusing the drones with unpredictable maneuvers. Elias led a squad that was tasked with a critical role, infiltrating the fortress's perimeter and disabling the main shield generator. Without it, the alien fleet could not breach the fortress. The path was dangerous, filled with automated defenses and enemy drones, but the humans moved with confidence, relying on creativity as much as technology. Cadet Joran, his young genius, had devised a plan to use the fortress's magnetic fields against itself. "If we can redirect the energy pulses using these satellites," he explained, pointing to a holographic display, "we can create openings in the shield long enough for the fleet to attack." Elias studied the plan. It was risky, but human ingenuity had always thrived on risk. "Do it," he said. "Mara, coordinate with the alien ships. Everyone else follow the plan exactly." The human squad darted through energy fields and debris, narrowly avoiding destruction at every turn. They placed small devices that would manipulate the magnetic energy, turning the fortress's own defenses against it. Every step required precision, coordination, and courage. Meanwhile, Liara coordinated the alien fleet, unleashing volleys of plasma and laser fire to distract the fortress's defense drones. Her calm voice guided the humans and aliens alike, keeping everyone synchronized in a dance of strategy and courage. Suddenly, a massive wave of drones surged toward Elias's squad. They moved faster than ever, their attacks precise and deadly. Elias gritted his teeth. "Split up! Use the asteroids! Keep moving!" The humans executed maneuvers no alien could have predicted. They twisted, spun, and disappeared behind floating rocks, reappearing in unexpected positions. One pilot even used the exhaust from a destroyed drone to create a temporary smokescreen, confusing the enemy and buying precious seconds. Jaren activated the final satellite device. Energy rippled across the fortress's shield, creating a weak spot just as the alien fleet charged forward. A surge of plasma fire struck the weak point, and the shield shimmered and cracked. Elias's heart pounded. "Now everyone move!" The fleet surged through the opening. Alien and human ships moved as one, attacking the fortress with combined firepower. Drones exploded in bursts of light, and the fortress trembled under the coordinated assault. Inside the fortress, Elias and his squad navigated corridors and control rooms, avoiding automated defenses. They reached the central chamber where the core of the cosmic entity's operations pulsed with immense energy. It was alive in a way that made Elias's skin tingle. The entity itself was not fully visible, but its presence was overwhelming. "This is it," Elias said to his squad. "We disable the core and we stop it." They worked quickly, placing energy dampeners and hacking into alien systems. The core resisted, pulses of energy knocking them back, but human determination would not falter. Using improvisation and courage, they bypassed the entity's defenses, disrupting its control network. Outside, the fleet noticed the fortress beginning to falter. Shields weakened, drones slowed, and energy pulses became chaotic. Liara coordinated the final assault. "Elias," she said, "now is the moment we strike together. Human ingenuity and alien power combined." Elias nodded. "For the galaxy." The humans led a daring strike through the fortress's inner defenses, while the alien fleet unleashed overwhelming firepower. The entity's drones and defenses struggled to adapt to the combined assault. Human creativity found weaknesses the aliens had overlooked. Alien strength provided the power humans could not match. Finally, the core of the fortress exploded in a blinding burst of energy. The cosmic entity shrieked through the network, its power collapsing as human and alien forces overwhelmed it. Debris floated in the void as silence returned, broken only by the cheers of victorious fleets. Elias and his squad emerged from the fortress, battered but alive. The humans had proven themselves, not just as soldiers but as innovators, thinkers, and survivors. The aliens looked on in awe, their respect for humanity cemented forever. Liara appeared on the communication network, her eyes filled with pride. "We did it," she said softly. "Humans, you have proven your place among the stars. Together we faced the darkness, and together we triumphed." Elias smiled, feeling the weight of victory settle over him. "We survived," he said, "and we did it together." After the battle, the fleet regrouped. Aliens and humans celebrated side by side, sharing stories of bravery and ingenuity. Elias walked among his team, congratulating each member, proud of what they had accomplished. Later, he met Liara on the observation deck of her flagship. Stars sparkled around them, the galaxy seemingly calm after the storm. "We did it," he said quietly. "Yes," Liara replied, smiling. "And humans proved something important. Not just that you can fight, but that you can think, adapt, and survive. You are extraordinary, Elias, just like your people." He looked at her, memories of the past mixing with the present. They had both changed, grown stronger. "I see now why you left," he said. "You protected us. And maybe you returned for the same reason, to ensure humans had a chance to shine." Liara nodded. "Yes. And I see now that humans can stand among the stars not as followers but as equals. Our futures are intertwined, not because of the past but because of what we have built together." Elias felt a sense of closure and hope. The war was won, but more importantly, humanity had proven its strength, ingenuity, and resilience. The galaxy would remember their courage, and humans had earned a place in the grand tapestry of civilizations. As he looked out at the endless stars, Elias realized that the journey was not over. There would always be new challenges, new threats, and new adventures. But he knew one thing for certain: humans would face them boldly, with courage, creativity, and determination. Liara stood beside him, her presence a reminder that trust, collaboration, and respect could overcome even the greatest of obstacles. Together, humans and aliens had faced the impossible, and together they had triumphed. In that moment, the galaxy seemed full of promise. And Elias, once a lone captain on a quiet planet, knew that humans had not just survived, they had flourished. The stars stretched endlessly before them, a universe full of mysteries, dangers, and opportunities. And for the first time, Elias felt ready to face whatever came next, knowing that humans would rise to every challenge side by side with their allies, their ingenuity shining brighter than any star. And somewhere in the vastness of space, Liara allowed herself a small, contented smile. The past was behind them. The future was theirs to shape. And humanity, against all odds, had proven its place among the stars.